Manchester United have made a superb start to the summer with the signings of Joshua Zirkzee and Leny Yoro. More is needed, but let's take a look at how Man United could line up with Zirkzee and Yoro, the strengths they will bring to the team, and the areas where United still have a lot of work to do this summer. Manchester United have got Joshua Zirkzee. We're about to announce the official signing of Leny Yoro. It's a really strong start to the summer. We all know how much Man United's squad needs improving. So what I'm going to do in this video is take a look at how United could line up with both Zirkzee and Yoro, the strengths that they're going to bring to the team, the things that we can do next season that we couldn't do last season, and also where the biggest weaknesses still exist, because more signings are needed, more sales are still needed. Let me know what you think in the comments below about this formation. But if you can, please drop a like on the video. And as I keep saying, thanks for supporting United People's TV. It's exciting to see what we've got coming up. But the first signing is already confirmed, and that's Joshua Zirkzee, who unto himself is a very exciting signing, a profile that we certainly don't have in the squad. And Leny Yoro is just an outrageously good signing, and one that no United fan really expected to see. So if we take a look now at how this starting 11 looks, right? There's also, of course, a question mark around our central midfield signing, because right now we haven't signed one. We think that's going to be Ogata, but we don't quite know. But the two signings that we have made, of course, Leny Yoro and Joshua Zirkzee. Now, I've got Joshua Zirkzee down here as a starting 11 player. You could, if you wanted to, put Rasmus Højlund in, and I actually think that's quite an interesting thing. I don't quite know how the formation is going to be next season. But let's start by talking about Yoro, all right? Because Yoro really is a top-level signing. Don't get it twisted just because he's 18. Oh, he's gonna come and be completely raw. No. He is already very good. And the first thing it's definitely going to allow Manchester United to do is this, right? Last season, we played with a deeper line than I think Erik ten Hag would have wanted, right? Oh, that's way out of position. No, he should be there. You should be there. That's better, right? Next season, you'll be able to see Manchester United pushing up a lot more, right? You're going to see the fullbacks really probably help with the press in attack. And you know why? It's because Yoro at Lille was so good at covering spaces in behind. So it means Martinez could even move further up. And Yoro has the ability, the pace, the athleticism to actually cover a lot of space on his own, which is not something that we had last season. That's definitely going to be one element that he adds to this team. Probably the most important, I would say. Because if you look at how United had the build-up last season, the shape always went to something along the lines of this. 3-1-6. This is ultimately what Erik ten Hag wanted to work towards, right? Where you create the overloads in attack. Now you probably kind of squeeze in there as well. Look, it's massively over heavy, right? We know about the spaces there. We know full well that that's a position that we massively, massively need to improve on. But by playing Yoro here, it allows United to be more aggressive in these areas, safe in the knowledge that if we do get hit on the counter down the channels here, Yoro can cover this space here. Now, Martinez, can he cover that space there? I don't quite know. It's not for me saying that this is going to be the formation that Manchester United are going to use next season, right? I'm not saying that we're going to be doing this an absolute ton. I'm just saying that Yoro coming into the team gives us the ability to actually push up with a much higher line because he can confidently cover the channels and the spaces, whereas other players weren't able to do that. That I would say is the main reason I think I'm excited about Yoro. I mean, there's plenty of other reasons. His ability in the air. He's good with the ball at his feet. He needs to improve overall in his progressive passing. But I want to see Manchester United properly being able to operate with defenders who can cover space on their own. And that was a big weakness for us. Now, in terms of Joshua Zirkzee, right? Let's go back to speak about Zirkzee. Zirkzee is one, I think I've said this quite a few times. I'm more interested to know how Ten Hag sees Zirkzee. He spoke about him after he was, I think it was the first official interview, saying that he's somebody who can really link up play, and he can. So you may well see that Bruno ends up dropping deeper, Zirkzee drops deep, and you might see that Garnacho and Rashford, if Zirkzee was to play, to drop deep, receive the ball from Bruno in those areas here, balls into feet, that Zirkzee would spin his man and get those sorts of balls in. for Garnacho to run onto, for Rashford to run onto. Also, one thing that Zirkzee should do very, very well, I'll bring in some other centre-backs to sort of visualise this for you. But say that a defence has got a back four, right? Why won't you let me click that? You stupid thing. We're still getting used to the tech, all right? Let me off. You've got two centre-backs there. You've got a full-back there, and you've got a full-back there. If Zirkzee is playing as a centre-forward in this position, right? Zirkzee, you will see, ends up dropping deep, which what that's going to do is probably drag a defender with him. Creates a ton of space for Rashford to do it, or if it's not him doing it, and it's the other one, it creates a ton of space for Garnacho to run into. That's going to be a key, in my opinion, a key thing that Zirkzee brings to this team that we just didn't have last season. He's going to be able to drop deep. Now, Højlund did try. I don't think he did it well to a certain degree. But I think Højlund dragging defenders away and the space that's going to get left behind is going to be a big addition. And I actually think a lot of Zirkzee's positives for next season for United are going to come off the ball. I'm not expecting him to score like tons of goals. I think if he has anything like 15, 20 goal contributions in all competitions, I think that'll be an amazing first season. But that, for me, is definitely a big reason why I'm excited to see Zirkzee come in. Let's see if I can remove these. And then we move on to the final bit. Because there's still quite a few things I want to speak about. In terms of who this should, of course, as far as we know, this is going to be Ugarte, right? But I'm leaving it there as a question mark right now because we don't quite know. Past those two, I think United are going to be looking at someone like David Hanko from Feyenoord, all right? Somebody who can play, if I was to bring him in here, he can play in the left centre-back position. He can play in the left-back position. He's going to be somebody who comes in and offers some real cover. So we'll put him down there. That's a signing I think United will make. On top of that, if Manchester United were this summer to sell Wan-Bissaka, then someone like Kadioglu will come in. Somebody who can play left-back, who can play right-back, has a little bit of versatility to his game. Don't know whether it's going to be him or not, but I'll put him down there. I think I've actually spelled his name wrong. Let me off. Don't sue me. But overall, this starting 11 here, all right, I'm going to go to the starting 11 and the full squad. I say full squad. This is what the team could look like if we make these signings, right? And in my opinion, you're looking there, and I still think there's a massive weakness inside central midfield. You've got a back five of Shaw, Martinez, Yoro, and Dalot with Onana. On paper, levels above where we've been before. Levels above. And in also the backups that you've got. In midfield, it's improved by bringing Ugarte in. But then if Casemiro's still there, I don't think we'll be able to get everything we need in midfield this summer. I think you're going to be looking towards Collier or someone from the youth team to come through. But McTominay might be sold as well. Going forward, I think you've got strength and depth. Rashford and Sancho, if Sancho's going to be in. Ahmad and Garnacho on the right. In the middle, you've got Bruno and Mount. And up front, you've got Zirkzee and Højlund. And as I think I've said before, I think there's a possibility that this season at some point, Manchester United, you would see, in certain games, you would see Manchester United drop to more of a front four with two split strikers. I could easily see that being the case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that one too many players? I think that is. Well, let's say, well, you're not going to drop Manu, but say you drop one midfielder from that team and you bring it into that. More like a 4-2-4. Of course, don't look at the individuals who are on there. I could see that happening as well this season. Zirkzee brings options up front, right? He brings real versatility and the ability for United to play slightly differently. Yoro allows this defence to play with the higher line. He can cover the channels on his own. I'm actually going to do more of an in-depth video specifically on Yoro and specifically on Zirkzee. I've ran through a couple of parts of his games, but there will be a lot more than that. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. It's really exciting, man. We can see the United team getting built. More is needed, but as far as starts go, Yoro and Zirkzee, pretty damn good.